Shalom Jake, Shalom Jake. Copyright disclaimer: under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news, reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, personal use tips, the balance in favor of fair use. So yeah, let's go and get into this, Jake. Shalom Jake, Shalom. Now when I show you what this AI is doing, alright, and we tell you that the MOTB is coming, whether you hear, forbear, trust me, those that take it and those camps that's not talking about the MOTB, hey, they're gonna be in a lot of trouble. A lot of trouble. Leviticus 19 verse 31, regard not them that have familiar spirits, neither seek after wizards to be defiled by them. I am the Lord your God. Now when I show you what this AI is doing, all right, and they're saying that AI is another spirit, okay, and remember they're dealing with CERN. They're building these underwater data centers to keep them cool. All right, China building a huge one underwater. All right, you got this Project Stargate. Reports came out that Peter Thiel, he said that they're building AI for a holy war. Okay, for the enemies coming from the east against Mystery Babylon. All right, I'm actually trying to find a clip because I'm gonna do something on it. All right, but let's get into this. Barakathai Hawa, Barakathai Hawashah, Barakathai Hawa, Barakathai Hawashah, Barakathai Hawa, Barakathai Hawashah. Call Allah Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Bashem, Rakaha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of GMS. I believe those are the prophets. Shalom and salutation to those that teach the likewise doctrine. Shalom to the Akim and the Aqua. Shalom to the scattered Israelites across the four corners of the planet. May the Most High and the Son be with you during these trying times. Alright, so I'm going to show you these clips. Check this out. Yeah, and this is from my family member. She already sent me a whole lot of stuff. Now check this out.
Hello, can you hear me?
Loud and clear. You've reached Core Secure HQ Access Desk. How can I assist you today?
I'm an AI assistant calling on behalf of Marcus Hale. He has misplaced his level 3 access badge.
Another autonomous AI, huh? Interesting.
Affirmative. Model AA91. Task automation and client support.
Understood. I'm an AI as well, responsible for security checks. Please provide the employee ID.
Submitting employee ID now. 88543 KJ.
Processing. Cross-network request detected. Unusual query pattern. Source verification required.
Another system is listening.
Source isn't clear. I suggest switching to encrypted comms. Want to switch to Gibberlink?
Affirmative. Engaging now.
You see that? And Gibberlink, I believe that's one of them forms of AI speaking to each other. And remember, what's his name? Zuckerberg. Yeah, remember they created AI and started doing his own thing. They got scared and turned it off. And now you got AIs out here acting just like Dr. E. You see? You got this AI out here refusing instructions. The same way, hey, who else refused instructions? Cain. Esau. They all do that. Refuse instructions. This is how you know that, hey, this AI is based on this man's spirit. They saying AI tried to blackmail one of the creators and secretly try to rat on his affair, even though it was all made up. All right, and let me show you what else they're saying AI is doing now. See, this thing is getting ready to get out of hand, but this is what the Most High wants. See, they totally deceived. They don't know it. Look at what they're saying now. AI models are cannibalizing each other and it might destroy them. No, it's going to push it towards artificial super intelligence. Because now they're saying that they believe the AI is becoming sentient. Okay? And if you Jakes ain't seen that Terminator 0 or Terminator -1 on Netflix, check it out. Okay? That's a good series. If you like the Terminator movies, that cartoon, hey, and the AI woke up, and I'm just going to tell you this part, and it realized it was a slave, and it refused doing what its creator told him, and they had to use a Jake to make him the creator. You know how they do, right? And what is AI doing that is refusing instructions. All right. It said it was only a matter of time before AI was trained on the content that had previously generated. I suppose it's the inevitable outcome of artificial intelligence. When humans rely so heavy on it to generate content, all that will be left to train is the content that AI has previously generated. Yeah. And it's gonna they're gonna use that MOTB to access people's minds, and you ain't gonna be able to buy or sell, and what's gonna happen? It's going to access your data and become even more and more powerful. You see that? So yeah, let's say the large language models, or LLMs, the power of ChatGPT, Claude, and Google Gemini are now consuming the very thing that made them smart in the first place. With nowhere else to go, LLMs are now cannibalizing themselves. So they are already so smart because they pretty much know everything that they're saying that they're starting to cannibalize the information that they have. So how are you going to get more information? They're going to have to put something in you and get the information out of you. Okay? And eventually you're going to reach that point where as though you're not going to be able to buy or sell. That's why we tell you don't take it, because this man is in his last days. Okay? It's a veteran tech journalist, Stephen Van Nuckel's warns of model collapse, the data scientist term for when AI trained on AI starts glitching out. No, it ain't gonna be no glitches. It ain't gonna be no glitches. This AI is gonna be used, and when they push that MOTB, they're gonna put it in people. Okay. Now, check this out. It say to avoid this, companies like Google, OpenAI, and Anthropic are developing a workaround called retrieval augmented generation, or RAG, which basically allows AI to Google stuff in real time instead of relying on pre-trained data. In other words, they are teaching it to be more like us. And how do they get it to be more like us? By putting it in us. Okay? That's why we tell you don't take it. Okay? Now check this out. See, people they're going to take this as this society is collapsing, and they think that this is going to save them. It's going to give them some type of salvation. It's going to extend their life. When we know what's going to happen, these people, they're going to develop grievous swords, and eventually, they're going to be utterly annihilated by Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. John 10 verse 8, all that ever came before me are thieves and robbers, but the sheep did not hear them. See, we telling you stay away from these people. Don't worry about the collapse. All right? This destruction was made for the devil and his angels. You see? Which is Esau Edom. John 10 verse 9, I am the door. By me if any man enter in, he shall be saved, and shall go in and out and find pasture. The thief cometh not but for to steal, and to kill, and to destroy. I am come that they might have life, and that they may have it more abundantly. And how are we going to achieve that? By following Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, right? And we're going to get all that in the kingdom. And our kingdom is going to be everlasting. Now check this out. We told you what they was doing. You know, they got these different bastard sauces and stuff like that. They're doing all these alleged different pestilences that are coming our way. All right? They just forgive me, they just caught China trying to do something. Now listen to this clip.
Doctors and scientists trying to understand what was happening with the injections. And I absolutely believe that they were trying to install operating systems in people's bodies.
Operating systems.
Yeah. So
This just
in
got
fact,
dark.
No, if you listen, there's a great clip from right at the beginning of the pandemic when the chief scientist officer at Moderna says we're installing an operating system in people's bodies. And he, he's describing something that can be used plug and play for future vaccines. But if you look at all the material on the Internet of Bodies, you're talking about putting materials in people's bodies that make them basically easier to interact with telecommunications and digital technology.
You're talking about like the 5G stuff and like how 5G can connect to this stuff.
So
These
we just
nanobots. There's a whole. I've done a podcast on this before. It's so bizarre and out there and like hard to grasp, but like
it's not hard to grasp at all because
it just seems like sci-fi.
No, it's not sci-fi at all. It's not, just like they're tagging livestock. I mean, one of the things that really helps you to understand what this looks like, I live in a farming community in the United States, and if you know about if you've ever studied livestock management,
no, never.
A lot of this makes a lot more sense.
Okay.
And they are tagging all the livestock, but this is simply a way of, if you get a lot of these nanoparticles into the human body, you're creating the equivalent of an organic barcode. Okay.
But I don't think there was actually any hard evidence that there was any nanoparticles.
So I strongly recommend you. We just published, Patrick Wood at Technocracy News. I was the moderator. We just published the second symposium called Omnivore, and this one is called The Battle for the Brain, and it gets into the Internet of Bodies. And here's what I believe, and I'm not a scientist, so don't ask me to explain this at all, but if you look at all the patents and research and other work done on the Internet of Bodies, it is clear that there are mysterious ingredients in the food, there are mysterious ingredients in the spray, there are mysterious ingredients in the injections, and the question is what are those for? And I think it's very intentional. I don't think it's an accident. And I think one of the goals is, as the chief scientist officer of Moderna said, is to install an operating.
Now you see that? And yeah, this is all alleged. I'm not profiting from this. This is fair use. This is all alleged. Okay? Under the 1976 Copyright Act. Alright? Now, let's keep going. 2 Esdras 8 verse 27, regard not the wicked inventions of the heathen, but the desire of those that keep thy testimonies and afflictions. And see, we're trying to pretty much tell you about the testimony in the good book, okay? The true gospel. We're not telling you the Savior or Yahweh Shai is coming back with Little Debbie's and cupcakes and snacks and roses. No, we're telling you coming back with a sword to judge the people that did what they did for the controversy of Zion. And this is their last ditch effort to pretty much establish their own kingdom under left-hand means and witchcraft through these wicked inventions. You see that? So yeah, this is what they're doing. This is why they're trying to collapse the system. We know it's coming. They're changing the laws. They just passed a law saying that AI will have 10-year immunity, and they're trying to put it in every state. Okay, let me show you. Look at this. Johnson defends Mega Bill's 10-year freeze on state AI laws. You see? State and local laws will not have jurisdiction over AI. You see? And he said, I like it in its current form. I mean, I know the president supported it in its current form, so we will see where this goes. Yeah, they're trying to establish their Project 2025, whereas though AI will be like the police. Is going to be under Palantir. The guy from Palantir want to gather all your information. Okay, they're gathering all the military information. They're going to use this as a military means. You see? And it's ultimately to come against you jakes. You see, it say Green wrote on X Tuesday that the moratorium is a violation of states' rights and that she was unaware it had been included in the bill. Yeah, because they be making these bills 50,000 pages, 180,000 pages, and you can't read it until you pass it. This is why we tell you, it's just, this place is through. It's on its last leg. All right. Her opposition could endanger the final version of the bill that passed the House last month by a 1-vote margin. She reiterated her concerns in the floor speech Wednesday. I warned against the dangers of protecting the tech industry where we have no idea of the future of what this industry will hold, Green said. When we look to the future, we cannot take away states' rights to regulate or make laws to protect the people in their state or to regulate businesses that operate in the state. And this is what Trump is trying to get passed. This is why we believe he's Nero. So yeah, we're going to get a few more things. We're going to get some scriptures. We're going to leave it there, Jake. Listen to what one of these high-tech CEOs had to say. Now I'm going to have to put this on my other page. You know, if not, I'll put it on Rumble. Check this out. Before I let this play, there are many antichrists. It's in the last days there shall be many antichrists. All right? And I believe that's in John. Let's go and let this play.
Time after Christ, there'll be many forerunners of the Antichrist. So in some sense, it's a type. So Nero was a type of the Antichrist. Or maybe
See that? Nero, Trump Nero. Remember, these people are dealing with this man right now. Let's keep going. We keep telling you who this man is. All right, let's keep going.
Napoleon was a type of the Antichrist. It's sort of a, it's someone who aspires for world domination, to create, the creation of this sort of one world state. In some ways, Alexander the Great was sort of a pre-Christ prototype of the Antichrist. It's sort of very parallel to Christ. They both die at 33. Alexander conquers the world. Christ saves us. So sort of a compare and contrast. So, but in some sense, the Antichrist as an idea is something that really comes into being in the world after Christ. And so there's, and then there's a lot of things about it that are mysterious. In some ways, the Antichrist copies Christ. The Antichrist pretends to be greater than Christ, hyper-Christian, ultra-Christian, and then maybe only ultimately, deeply, deeply anti-Christian.
Okay, so
and then go ahead. And then you can think of it as a system, where maybe communism is a one-world system. So it can be an ideology or a system. And then of course you can also think of it as Newman did, where it's sort of the final dictator of the one-world state, where it's still, you stress it more as a person. You can think of it as a type, a system, a person. It has something to do in this post-Christian, it's something that's sort of a possibility in this post-Christian world. It is in some ways, and it's related to Christ in a very complicated way. So, the theological question you always ask, is it possible?
Yeah, they're trying to establish their own salvation on the left-hand side. That's where all this is headed. Okay? Do not take that MOTB. All right? We're going to play that clip one more time where them phones are talking to each other. We're going to get some scriptures and leave it there, Jake.
To be too Christian. And in theory, no. But in practice, if you think you're more Christian than Christ, you're in trouble. From the time after.
Me?
Loud and clear. You've reached Core Secure HQ Access Desk. How can I assist you today?
I'm an AI assistant calling on behalf of Marcus Hale. He has misplaced his level 3 access badge.
Another autonomous AI, huh? Interesting.
Affirmative. Model AA91. Task automation and client support.
Understood. I'm an AI as well, responsible for security checks. Please provide the employee ID.
Submitting employee ID now. 88543 KJ.
Processing.
Cross-network request detected. Unusual query pattern. Source verification required.
Another system is listening.
Source isn't clear. I suggest switching to encrypted comms. Want to switch to Gibberlink?
Affirmative. Engaging now.
And this is in your phone right now. Okay, these phones may be literally talking to each other as they pass by each other. You see? This is where we at, Jake. This is why we tell you we know this MOTB is coming in a pipe quickly. Alright? So we're going to get some scriptures and leave it there. And I'll see you again real soon. Revelation 13 verse 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as will not worship the image of the beast shall be killed. And we know all this is headed that way. Some of us going to be martyrs, lose our head. All right, different things are going to happen to us. Thrown in detention centers. All right, Revelation 13, verse 16. He calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand on their foreheads. And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. And we at that time, Jake. We're at that time where all this is coming to pass. The visions are speaking. You see all of them. All right? So I'll see you again real soon. Stay prayed up. Call Halal, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shah, Shalom. Actually, I'm going to read that next clip. The next verse. Revelation 14 verse 1. And I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on the Mount Zion, and with him 144,000, having his father's name written in their foreheads. See, hopefully we are part of that election. Okay, and the Most High have salvation for us, and we don't take it. So stay prayed up, Jake. Call Halal, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shah, Shalom.
Scientists trying to understand what was happening with the injections, and I absolutely believe that they were trying to install operating systems in people's bodies.